Yeah, I'm not impressed. I definitely would not buy this. We're back here with the Kingroon KLP1. They asked if I wanted to take a look at this and said they'd sponsor a video. So I said, sure, let's take a look at it. I've kind of bought a lot of printers lately. I need to calm down, but they wanted to work together. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I know there's been some revisions to this over time, and I'm curious to see how this compares to review videos that I saw from a year ago and see kind of, you know, what they've done with those revisions and stuff. I'm going to get this thing set up. It's eventually going to move to the garage, but for right now, we're going to do it on this nice flexi spot E6 desk that I've got that is actually going to be our TV stand today, but I thought it would be a perfect height, which I'm really looking forward to because I hate hunching over like the dining room table to do these things. And our dining room table is round, and now I have room. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me get this out of the box and let's get it set up. Well, things are starting out too great. I took it out of the box, and two of the feet are MIA. I assume they're in the bottom of the box. And these two were just kind of shoved in here and had the weight on them. Like, these really should have been in the box or something, because there's always the possibility this could have been dropped in transit and these could have just like snapped off or messed up the threading or something. So guys, like, put those in the box in the future. All right, let me get back to putting this together. Real quick, I will say, you got to put the glass on yourself. It's not glass, it's acrylic, some kind of acrylic, plastic, resin, whatever. You could leave it off. It's just your door in the top. But if you're going to do stuff, you know, like ABS or ASA, whatever, you want to control the temperature in there. For PLA, you want to have them off because you don't want to get like blob of death. So it's kind of annoying that you got to put that on. Other manufacturers will have like 1 or 2 screws you have to do sometimes maybe, or it just ships with it. So, you know, I get it. They claim that it's so it doesn't get damaged in transit and everything, but we're talking about like $2 of acrylic or something. You know, like, just screw it on, guys. So I was able to find the feet. They were in the bottom of the box, as I suspected. You get a nice little accessory kit. They even give you some of the little, you know, cheap blue dies that everyone uses as the snips to snip stuff. I like that. I mean, they're only a couple of bucks, but it's kind of a nice little touch. It does have PTFE tube already in. They give you a little bit extra, which is nice. They just give you, you know, a little bit of filament like manufacturers usually do. I won't even bother using this probably. Maybe I'll do a benchy. In my experience, when you get the little vacuum sealed things, it's usually pretty wet and not very good. Get the power cable. You've got a stylus. I have heard that it's really hard to use your finger on this, so you have to use the stylus. I don't even know if you can actually use your finger. So the stylus is just something to kind of like lose. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to tether anywhere, but really? You get a little lubricant, the filament spool holder, I'm guessing some replacement feet, some of the screws I'm going to need and everything. I'm trying to find the wrenches because I have to remove the bed demobilizers. They've got a couple of screws back here. I don't know how well you can see them, but and they're nice and marked, so that's nice. This thing is a little small. It doesn't have the biggest build area. I really don't know that I'll use this much, but I'm definitely going to test it out. We'll do some prints on it and everything. We just got to get rid of all these screws and everything and get the doors on, and then we'll check it out. I'm really happy I didn't actually buy this one. You would think that the printer manual would tell you how to put it together. Nope, it just tells you what parts come in the box. Best as I can tell, this quick disassembly guide is the only form of instructions anywhere in here, and I'm not even sure that's this printer. Like, it's definitely not the color. And I think it is, but all you've got here is step remove the silver colored fixing screws from Y-axis, remove the silver colored fixing screws from the X-axis, remove the silver colored fixing screws from the Z-axis. That's it. That is it. And it tells you how to put the filament holder on. The manual just tells you how to connect it to the network. So yeah, this one's probably not very beginner friendly. I've done this a few times now with others, so I'm pretty confident. I'm only about 3.5 months into my printing experience, and I can probably get this working, but if this was your first printer, you would be totally lost. It really costs you nothing. It's a one-time fee to have someone put together a good manual, and then like 50 cents to print it. So Yeah. Okay, so I kind of figured it out here. This screw was actually right under this lip, so it's right there, and you remove that. When this is slid back, it's actually touching this thing right here, and it's silver, so you'll see it. This one's telling you to remove one somewhere. It's actually right here on the back, so you have to move this first, which means you got to remove that one. Then you can slide this forward and remove that one. There's also the two that were back here. You remove those. That's it. That's all you remove. And then you're going to put the glass on and stuff. Acrylic, sorry, I keep saying glass. And then you're good to hook it up. I'm not going to put the acrylic on right now. I just want to get this bed to lift up so I can get the styrofoam and the shrink wrap off of the plate. And then, yeah, then I'll put the acrylic on and come back. I just noticed something else here. There's not a screen protector. And it feels gritty and gross and maybe even scratched. And it's got schmutz on it already. Like would a 1 cent piece of plastic hurt? I'm trying not to be hard on this printer, but these are complaints that I've seen over the past year, and they're still shipping them like that. And they know from my channel that I've got really nice printers. Kind of wondering why they sent this thing to me. Yeah. Let me try to raise this bed here real quick if I can figure it out. I'm going to have to get the stylus. This is another complaint I saw. It comes in not English, and they don't tell you how to get it in English. So I'm going to have to blindly stumble around in here until I figure it out, probably using my phone to try to translate some of this. So let me figure this out. I shouldn't even turn the camera off. That was easy. You press the gear, and then you press the other gear, and then you slide all the way down, and you go back up just a hair. Come on. And they had this one here. Look for this icon and go 2 down, and they had it on Chinese simple, and then I just switched it to EN for English. Even with the stylus, this menu is kind of hard to navigate. But let me get back to the baling. Yeah, so let me figure out how to raise the bed, and then I'll get all this off, get everything put together, and I'll be back. 2 more things I don't like. It hasn't printed, it's not heating up, it's making all of that fan noise just being on. Why? I was gonna be happy for a minute because the spool holder is actually metal. It's some kind of pop metal, but it's gonna be a little bit stronger than plastic. It attaches on the back, which means you're gonna have to have this thing away from a wall quite a bit. Come on, man. Why? Almost every single one I've seen that has one of these puts it on one of the sides, and even they fail because they should give you the option to do it on either side, but this one only goes on the back. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then you've got your PTFE tube that I guess is just supposed to hang out or maybe go in here. I guess it goes in here. Well, you get the idea. It goes in there, and I'm just like, I don't know. So let me attach this, because you gotta have the filament go on something. I'm guessing it goes like that, actually. And then you're pretty limited there on how wide of a spool you can have. So yeah, you might want to print a different one of these, and yeah, I don't know. You might want to print something completely standalone so it's not behind it. I do not like this thing. Just the way they do the filament's dumb. You got the spool, then you feed the filament into that thing that's blue. It's on the bottom, so you really can't see it. And then you just like kind of YOLO it into the PTFE tube, and then it comes in bins like 3 times and then goes into the thing. I think it's trying to print right now. I'm trying to print the Benchy that came on the USB drive. It seems to be, but it's taking forever to get to temperature. Like it's moving a degree Celsius every 10 seconds. So I'm not even gonna bother putting the glass acrylic. I'm not gonna bother putting the acrylic on right now. I'm pretty sure this is gonna rub excessively on the lid, That was a complaint I've seen as far back as a year ago. So you'd probably have to build like a riser, and then if you wanted to print ABS or whatever. But yeah, I'm not impressed. I definitely would not buy this. They gave this to me for free, and I'm going to tell you right now, I would not pay for this thing. They're not going to like that review, and other manufacturers might not like that brutal honesty either. But guys, stay away from this thing. Let's see what it does with the benchy, but I would not get this. And it's not even like big. It's really small. Get you something like an A1 Mini from Bambu. Great entry-level printers. This thing seems like it's going to be a nightmare. You got to go in and mess with clipper and all kinds of stuff, and it's just like, yeah, no. We'll come back and look at the benchy and see if it's even good quality. Well, the benchy worked. Yeah. It's actually not too bad. Well, I take that back. You can see inside it. It did not even get that layer. Other than that, it actually came out pretty good. Some of it's going to be that filament. Like I said, the free filament they always give with these things is never very good. This printer prints. That's the only positive thing I can say. This printer prints. I'll see you guys in the next video.